making Boog force Pope left, go ahead and run it a little bit. And then you see Kondo do a really good job as we run this ball screen coming in. Tommy's talking to Ruben about getting over in the Spain action to make sure he doesn't get hit on the back screen. Kondo's in tagging on Vocatitis to make sure he doesn't get anything over the top.
Now the Spain action you're talking about, there's the initial ball screen set by Vocatitis, but then there's a back screen on Chinyelu. Is this something you want to switch or stay with?
No, we want to stay with, and it's Tommy's job to talk to Ruben. Obviously, Ruben can't see the back screen, so Tommy's got to communicate it, and you'd see him do a great job. Ruben's able to evade the screen on the strong side, go ahead and run it a little bit longer.
But what about Kondo right here?
Kondo's job is to protect us if we screw this up. If Tommy doesn't communicate to Ruben, Kondo's got to be in there to tag Vocatitis to make sure he doesn't get anything at the rim.
And we'll take a look at it. He just keeps him from getting to the rim there. And this, I thought this was important. You know, the ball's on this side, and then Haupt does a great job of denying that pass. So they go into a handoff action. You go under here.
Yeah,
right?
Boog does a great job cutting it. We wanted to prevent Pope from getting downhill going right. He does a great job cutting the ball screen, getting back in front of him, and now we're getting to another coverage where Pope's going right to left, so we're going to take him over the ball screen into Ruben's help.
So with Ruben, do you want him up to the level of the screen here?
We would, because Pope's obviously really good at shooting behind the ball screen. We want him at the level, but, you know, Ruben can really do whatever he wants. He does a great job protecting us, and when he knows that this ball screen's coming, he's going to put himself in a really good position to take care of too.
And then Kondo, because the ball's on the right side, he's with his man Tremont Mark there, but he still has to get back and pick up the roller again, right?
Absolutely. So as this ball screen happens, he's on the single side, so we don't want him coming too far in the middle of the floor. Hopefully Tommy can see that and maybe come back and help a little bit, but still comes in, tags Vocatitis, prevents him from getting that roll, allows Ruben to stay with the ball and do a great job contesting the shot at the rim.
And Boogie does a good job. I mean, this is what you call a tough two. He's got to deal with Boogie Flan, but then Ruben is coming over. He not only blocks it, but talk about a wall.
Yeah, no, it's what helps us become really good defense. We have two really talented defenders on the ball. Ruben does a great job preventing the two. It allows us to get out in transition.
So this next play, they're going to start off with a little handoff pitch action on the right side. And as we get it reversed, then there's going to be a step-up ball screen here. So Vocatitis is going to step up and set a ball screen. What do you want Ruben Chinyelu doing here?
Well, we're going to ice this ball screen, so we want to keep this guy on the side if possible. And then most importantly on the backside, the three guys that are on the backside, they're going to be in a little bit of a zone. They have specific areas that they're tasked with defending. We want Kondo to be high. X-Lee, we want to be over on the strong side. Tommy's got to protect us on the backside.
And so you got Condon on the nail.
Yep, over to the strong side elbow.
And he's going to go over to the elbow.
Yep.
So you're looking at a lot of big bodies there. Then he recovers, goes underneath, and picks up. Now, is this something where you got a big ball screen you would switch?
Yeah, we have the versatility, you know, with Tommy, Ruben, Kondo, and even Micah Hand-Lockton, we can switch those big-to-big ball screens, and that does a really good job allowing us to prevent penetration. Now they just see a lot of bodies here in the paint, and we're forcing a tough two over a great contest from Ruben.
And great rebounding coverage on the backside. I mean, talk about a tough two, a fadeaway over Ruben Chinyelu.
Yep, and as we've played better defense over the course of the year, it's allowed us to become a better team for sure.
Boy, when you're this hard to score on, you don't have to make shots.
Well, it gives you better chances in transition, too. It allows your offense to open up and play more freely.
Well, Todd, thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.
Good luck tonight.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Awesome job, gentlemen. You know, in December, Florida took on Cameron Boozer and Duke. It was a one-point game. Would you really be surprised to see them play again at some point in March? And under 49 minutes, the Blue Devils take on Virginia. Opportunity to take command in the ACC. Virginia can pull even. What a week it's been for the Blue Devils. And that big game in D.C., College Game Day was there. They beat #1 Michigan, got Mara in foul trouble, made huge plays down the gut of the game, and then didn't snooze. Went into South Bend and obliterated Notre Dame by 44 points. Second largest home loss in program history. Boozer, big double-double. 24 and 13. Now, you beat number one team going into March. That hasn't been a great omen for winning the national championship in the last 30 years. When Kentucky has done it. One time under Pitino, one time under Calipari. Coming into the March month of the season as #1 and finishing by cutting down the nets. Does Duke have a DNA going in #1, perhaps a favorite in some people's eyes to win the national championship?
I think they have a legitimate shot to win a national championship, especially with the way they guard the ball. Dominic Sarr has been one of the best there is in college basketball. And the key for them to win a chip is for Cameron Boozer to stay out of foul trouble. I really believe, like, his point of differentiation, because he's like a utility player, the plays he made down the stretch as a passer against Michigan were one of the main reasons why Duke won that game.
The thing I like best about Duke is they're really disciplined in the details of the game. Like, they have so many guys on their team that are content to do their job and do it well and to be stars in their roles. And that's not really an easy thing to get in an 8-man rotation.
An 8-man rotation is the key. You got a point sub, a wing sub, and a front court sub. And those guys that come in have specific roles. Like Caden Boozer's a game manager. He's basically the quarterback that comes in and gets them organized. Malik Brown, an elite defender at 4 and 5, gets deflections, comes up to rebounds, and a great passer. And Jimenez kind of giving him a little bit of grit coming off the bench and a physicality. So, like, the 8 pieces fit. And to me, their buy-in to the being defense-first team has been the difference in his team, and that is Sarr, because his ability to cut off the head of the snake is huge.
Yeah, Cameron Boozer is so versatile. Like, the way that he impacts the game in so many different ways is so impressive when you think about making a deep run. For me, what I feel like is important is going back to Billis's point and everyone being secure in what they do around Cameron Boozer. But what's impressive is it's a similar blueprint to what we saw last year with Duke. There's a centerpiece in a lottery pick that's versatile, and the pieces around him have so much success in what they do. So there are players on this team that saw that success last year, and they're doing the same thing this season. Different players, but the blueprint is the same.
Huge game last Saturday, huge game coming up as soon as College game day is over, and then next Saturday, opportunity for payback. North Carolina and Duke College game day will be there.
RD, Monday night, I called Louisville at North Carolina. Caleb Wilson walked by me and said, I will see you at Cameron Indoor Stadium, Mr. Williams.
Well, I'm sure he'll be there.
Did he call you
uniform?
Mr. Williams.
And ready to go?
He knew who you are.
Well, let's see exactly who else is going to show up for Tommy Lloyd today.
First beer of the wedding.
Is there enough for everyone?
Oh, right there.
I got this.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's. Still can't be beat with the big QP, fries, bottomless chips and salsa, and a bottomless drink, all for just $10.99. So if you're McDone with tiny, overpriced burgers, just come to Chili's. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
If it hurts you to watch this, you'll want to hear this. The eczema medication you're taking may not be right for you. Visit myrawtruth.com and talk to your dermatologist about your symptoms and treatment options.
Bobapedic means comfort. Ah, that's comfier. Hit it, guys!
Bob's Bobapedic, from your head down to your feet. It feels like no mattress you felt before.
Bob's Bobapedic. And there's lots of natural light and great flow. And before we head upstairs, you should know there are only 4 bedrooms.
Oh, no, they're not all moving in. They're who Thrivent helps me plan my finances for. My family vacation, my wife's flower shop, and my parents.
And they're not all living with you. We might. Shall we?
Plan your finances for the people, causes, and communities you love with Thrivent, where money means more.
From the very beginning, you knew she was unlike anyone else, and she always would be. Desert diamonds celebrate all the shades that make her, her. And hues is ever-changing as the desert itself. Sunlit whites, radiant champagnes, smoky whiskeys. Natural colors truly unlike anything else, just like her.
Gut health support, daily nutrients, of course, and billions of live probiotics.
My face hurts from laughing. Heart emoji. Heart emoji.
The best group chats happen in real life.
He's so funny. I love you guys.
You introduce your buddy to DTF St. Louis. Whoa. He goes on the site and winds up dead.
What's going on out here in the suburbs?
How do I ace this final? I was crabbing all night.
Mojo energy pouches. The right energy, right when you need it. Mojo energy by the pouch.
Welcome back to College Game Day, covered by State Farm.
Albert, Alberta, welcoming the people here, Florida and Arkansas tonight, 8:30 Eastern time. And we got plenty of women's basketball coming your way tomorrow. Duke and North Carolina will get things started up. Be followed up by Vanderbilt and Tennessee, Baylor and TCU. College Game Day at 11 a.m. Eastern time. You'll be there.
I will be there. See you there.
You guys in Chapel Hill?
No, we are at TCU.
At TCU. Okay. Yep. There you go. Houston is at home against Colorado. Stowe Buffs trying to hand Houston their fourth straight loss. Didn't count on that game coming up at noon. It's on ESPN2, and Houston is really in waters they aren't very familiar with. They lost 3 straight for the first time since 2017, just the 6th time that's happened since Kelvin took over in 2014-2015. Half them occurred in his first season. So this is a little bit of a different area for Houston as they have been struggling a bit. On ESPN2 tip-off in under 41.5 minutes. You have a look at Kingston Fleming. You worried about Houston at all?
I am worried, and it's not that they've lost 3 games in a row, because when you play in the Big 12, you're going to lose some games. It's how they've lost their games. They're out of their identity. And you think about it, they're letting people shoot 47 and 37 from the three-point line. That's not Houston basketball. They're not turning people over. They're only scoring 5 points a game off of turnovers. They were scoring 19 points a game off of turnovers prior to that. So, like a guy like you said, he's got to be more aggressive. He's got to get better. They got to basically make people feel them a little bit more on the glass and defensively, like the identity that we know Houston is.
I couldn't disagree with you more, Seth. I'm so happy that we finally disagree on the show.
We can agree to disagree.
I feel like playing in the Big 12 is like playing in the Western Conference of the NBA. So you're playing OKC, Spurs, and then you turn around and it's like, oh, we got to play against Jokic. Like, that's how every single night is. And I think for a team that is relying upon jump shooting, sometimes their legs feel dead when they get into late in the games. I do think a breath of fresh air for a team like Houston, similar to teams last year that were in the SEC. Even though they didn't finish high, doesn't mean they can't have a deep run in the tournament.
Yeah, we talk about the games that they've lost. They've lost to Iowa State, Arizona, and Kansas. I mean, Iowa State is a team that you were bumping up in the category.
I am.
Michigan
but
and
it's
Duke.
how they lost. It's not that they lost. They lost because they got away from who they are and how they win.
Against
and that's the
really
concern.
good team.
No, but
it's fair.
It's fair to have concern. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just not concerned in the long run. Yep. Over this period of time, like, I trust Kelvin Sampson, who's now a finalist for the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame, and I think he will and should get in. But I trust him to get this right. I don't think it's that big of a lift for them to get back to the way that they usually play. And I think one of the things he'll probably do is withhold Kieran Sampson's cookies the night before the game. That is motivation enough to ratchet up everything.
And that guy's got to make some shots right there. He has really struggled in those last 3 games.
Yeah, 19% from the field in the last 3 games. He's a career 40% shooter. He's a sharpshooter from beyond the arc. And I know we saw JoJo Tugler earlier. He's got to stay out of foul trouble. They're so much better when he's on the floor.
There is the other freshman, Chris Sinak, averaging nearly 8 rebounds per game.
Yeah, just the way he crashes down low. I mean, look, he's probably going to be a lottery pick as well. I just think this Houston team, we know who they are. Defensively, they play with a sense of urgency. Every team, like JB was just talking about, has their lulls throughout the course of the season, especially when you're in such a powerful conference like the Big 12.
That game tips off on ESPN2 just inside 39 minutes until they go, and Houston tries to stop this 3-game mini slide. Big 12, as has been alluded to, there's a big game on every corner, it seems. Texas Tech and Iowa State, a top 20 matchup, 4 o'clock Eastern time. Little Hilton magic working for the Clones, perhaps. Time for Heating Up. Brought to you by Jimmy John's Toasted Sandwiches. Milan Momcilovic has been hotter than a meatball sub, it says here. That's what it says here. He's the only qualifying player to shoot at least 50% from the floor and 50% from 3 so far. Momcilovic will have an opportunity against the Texas Tech team without JT Toppin. Seth is working the board over there as we anticipate this matchup.
Yeah, when we think of Iowa State, we think of a great defensive team, and they are. They turn people over 20% of their possessions. But now they're a great offensive team, and Momcilovic is absolutely terrific. And how they give him the ball is really interesting. Right here, he's going to get a little down screen, and he's going to sprint up and set a screen on the ball. So if you watch this play develop here, all right, here comes the screen on the ball. Now, look, he's going to ghost that out, which is basically he's going to slip it out to the weak side. And when he slips it out to the weak side, I want you to watch this defender right here. They're moving this defender just for a second to help on the drive. And when he helps on the drive, you see Momcilovic, he's going to now come off a flare screen on the backside. They've wiped out all the defensive help on the backside. And this guy is an absolute big-time three-point shooter, shooting over 40 from three. He's got an incredibly quick release. TJ Altenberger does a great job. This is the first play of the second half right now against Kansas. And watch what happens. He's going to set this play up. They're going to clear out the backside right here. And they're going to end up basically running some flex, which basically is a back screen to a down screen. But how they do it is he's going to step out and set this back screen for Joshua Jefferson. Lipsey's going to come off a ball screen right up here. And their first look, all right, is going to be Jefferson on the block. And you can see him come off of this ball screen. But I want you to watch right here. You want to watch Trey White. Trey White has to help on Jefferson off of this back screen that Momcilovic sets. So what happens? The screener is most time always open. As he comes off, first look is post. The second look is a pin down or that screen-to-screener action from Momcilovic. And watch how he curls off of this thing, gets behind the ball, and how quick his release is. In offense, but he can also do this. He goes all Dirk Nowitzki on this one. Just back man down, boom, step back, off one leg and knocks down that jumper. That dude is an elite offensive player, big-time shot maker, and they do a great job of getting him the basketball in sets.
Well, speaking of guys who can knock down long-range shots, I hope that Blake Cox will channel his inner Momcilovic and knock down the half-court shot and win the $19,000 from State Farm. Some Gator alums looking forward to this one.
Gator Nation, don't be surprised that College Game Day is here. They've come to our house a few times, so they are no longer a guest. They recognize that we are blue bloods.
To the guys, y'all know what the expectation is for. That's winning championships and hanging banners. So just keep competing, keep trusting each other, and keep having fun and representing Gator Nation the right way.
I got one request. I need to hit a Swamp rocking all the way to Toronto. Show the world why the Swamp got the best college basketball atmosphere in the world. Let's go.
Keep going, stay focused, and finish the season strong. And let's start up today. Go Gators!
Here, looking forward to seeing if Florida can get at least a share of the SEC championship. Game day rolls off from Gainesville.
When it's time to start your business, it's time for Shopify. Design with easy to customize themes, sell everywhere people shop, and never miss a sale with the world's best converting checkout. See why millions of businesses sell with Shopify. Start your free trial today.
Meet Coach Niele Ivey. She's an expert in many things. Master motivator. Savvy strategist.
Here's Wagler driving on Johnson, who's got a double-double, and Wagler pushes it in.
One of the few times he's been able to really get in that lane.
He's had to expend a lot of energy, and Michigan expending a lot of clock there, waiting to inbound it.
Showed a lot of strength on that drive, too, I thought, with a discard. I just think it's masterful, the guard play tonight. The combo of different people at the point. Kaysen, Cadeau, McKinney. That is some asset and arsenal.
Well, they played well without needing to score. Mostly it's been the bigs in the second half for Michigan.
Burnett doesn't force anything.
Johnson got draped on by Humrickhouse and scored anyway.
Well, that's that strength. Physicality at its best.
He was totally unfazed all night long, Morris Johnson Jr.
Could care less. Could care less. I think some of his professors may have been booing, but
they're too stately for that. Punches on the elbow.
You mean, and pipe, you mean, men with doctorates don't carry punishment?
Under 2 minutes to go in a dominant performance for Michigan. One more lob. Johnson at the rim got fouled by Humrickhouse. This is a place that has been a struggle for them. They had lost 9 in a row, dating back to Ayo Dosumu's freshman year against Iggy Brazdeikis for Michigan. Wagler knew that was short. It's tipped, and it's Mirkovic.
Well, you got to gather yourself. Illinois is too good not to get it going again. A little toughness here by Mirkovic. The bomb worked. BALM.
Yeah.
I mean, just massaged this defense. This is where Brad and his guys rally the troops, go over the things that the mistakes, miscues, bad judgment, and get rolling again.
But you know you're going to have a great night like this, then you run into a bad day in the NCAA tournament, and suddenly it's all over just like that. It is so final in March. Lindebor sails into it in rhythm.
Look at him enjoying it, though. Rubbing it in a little bit.
You knew it when he let that go.
Good angle. And that is the add-on to how good he can be.
Hummerkaus,
shooter.
The answer.
How about his game the first half at UCLA?
Oh, my goodness.
Did he have 5, I think?
Yeah, 5 threes.
Yeah.
Michigan, yet again, comes into somebody else's place and leaves with a massive win.
Soils the mat. So much for the welcome, huh?
Could go right down the lane. He wanted a memory. Instead, he got a denial by the 10.
He is deceptively athletic, that kid.
Would you describe me as the same?
Somewhat. Case in point, I haven't seen you dance, but
yeah, it's very deceptively athletic. Down to 15 seconds to go. Boswell for 3. That's good. Illinois closes to within 14. But Michigan just keeps on cooking. They have 2 losses all year to Wisconsin and to Duke, and their first win in 10 tries against Illinois gets them an outright Big Ten title. The Michigan Wolverines, before the calendar turns to March, win the Big Ten title all alone.
pretty impressive.
Every day, we are here, turning classes into careers that change lives and research into solutions that save them. We are here, creating jobs, driving innovation, proving what's possible with purpose, passion, and creativity. We are here, serving our communities, working today for a stronger tomorrow for all. We are here.
The Big Ten Cancer Research Consortium is where the Big Ten's fierce rivals join forces to take down their common foe. The rivalry still exists, but maybe that's what fuels such a powerful collaboration. Working together on cancer research to advance treatments and therapies to bring more options to patients who need them. Learn more at big10crc.org. Cancer is the one opponent that unites the entire Big Ten.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, nonstop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team, wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights.
Wow.
More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once, so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
All day Saturday basketball in the Big Ten. It starts here on the Big Ten Network in less than 30 minutes. Penn State and Iowa from the Bryce Jordan Center. Nittany Lions trying to ruin what has been a terrific first season for Bennett Sturts, Ben McCollum, and the Iowa Hawkeyes, who are quickly trending toward being part of this year's NCAA tournament. With that, welcome you inside the Auto Owners Insurance Tip-Off Show. Rick Pizzo, Earl Watson, Mike DeCourcy alongside, leading you straight up until tip-off between the Nittany Lions and Iowa Hawkeyes. And Mike, over the last couple of nights, we've seen marquee matchups. Michigan State, Purdue, Michigan, Illinois. Perhaps nothing of that ilk on this Saturday schedule, but that doesn't mean that we don't have multiple games with major tournament implications.
Here's how ready I am for March, Rick. I was up last night getting ready for bed, and I looked at my clock, and it said 12 midnight. And I said, that means it's March. I was a day ahead. That's how ready I am. Today, we've got Nebraska playing for seeding in the NCAA tournament. Same for the Iowa Hawkeyes. There are games in the Big Ten as well that are not with us that have major implications for March. It's going to be a fantastic month for the league and for all of college basketball.
And for a 13-year NBA vet who coached the NBA 5 years after, your first love is always March Madness. When you're a kid, you're waking up in the mornings. You're trying to figure out when that March Madness game is coming on. You lead it into that. The energy changes. And as a player, every nick and bruise you have no longer exists. You're ready to get on that court and make magic happen.
Shortest month of the year, and Mike DeCourcy's asking for it to be even shorter. We're going to have to change the calendar in February to just 27 days. Those aforementioned Iowa Hawkeyes coming off a 74-57 win over Ohio State. Bennett Sturtz was once again the leading scorer with 22, but Alvaro Falgueras was the star. 20 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Hawkeyes used a massive first half run of 18-0 to pull away from the Buckeyes and never look back. It's another resume-building win for Iowa. They now have 5 notable quad 1 and 2 wins, highlighted by that win over Nebraska. Actually have 3 overall quad 1 wins, a net rank of 27, and right now Mike DeCourcy has them as a single-digit seed, a 9 seed, according to our resident expert bracketologist. Austin Johnson is on the call for today's game in State College. Austin, what are you looking for from Iowa over the next 9 days before we get to the end of the regular season and the Hawkeyes get ready to enter the NCAA tournament in year 1 under Ben McCollum?
I'm looking for a team that can come out here in State College and get off to a hot start. I think that was the biggest problem in that last matchup against Ohio State. They were kind of sleepwalking through the first 5 minutes or so, and then after that under-16 timeout, you saw a completely different group. Obviously, Bennett Sturtz has been as good as advertised. 3 30-point games already this year. He's a guy that can go off for 30 at any given time. But the thing about Iowa that makes them most special is they're so offensively efficient, but they're equally as good on the defensive end. You talked about Alvaro in the game that he had last time out against Ohio State. Best he's had. If he can replicate that and bring that type of intensity to the game each and every time, it gives them that second-level score that can help them take a deep run into the NCAA tournament.
Ben McCollum has won everywhere that he's been, and one of his trademarks everywhere he's been has been really good defense. Yes, Bennett Sturtz is lighting it up, but what has impressed you the most about what Iowa does on the defensive end?
They don't have any breathtaking athletes. You look at this lineup, and you just see guys that are completely bought in to a system. 5 guys that are all on one accord, help side defense, being in gaps, and you see it in the numbers, 13 turnovers for opposing teams going up against the Iowa Hawkeyes. That's why they're holding the opposing teams to around 64 points per game, which is best in the Big. That's things that can carry you deep into the year.
Penn State now relegated to the role of spoiler, though, of course, they want to try to make a run in the Big Ten tournament as well, with all 18 teams part of this year's event. And, Austin, you have to think it comes down to that big 3. Reed, DeLeon, Caden Mingo, they have to be the guys night in and night out for Mike Rhodes.
Let's start with Caden Mingo. Obviously, things get lost in the shuffle when your record isn't that great. But Caden Mingo is one of the best freshmen in the entire Big Ten, let alone in the entire nation. It's because he gets up after you. He reminds me of Ace Baldwin Jr. from a couple years back, with how he approaches his individual one-on-one defensive matchups. Well, I think that he's going to take the challenge against Bennett Sturtz out here and try to have a dynamic of the OG and Bennett Sturtz versus the young pup in Caden Mingo. And then you look at Reed, who brings that veteran presence. 12 straight games getting into double figures, and Freddie DeLeon Jr. has finally taken that step to being more consistent here for Penn State. Much needed. He's that offensive spark.
Austin Johnson on the call today along with Jason Horowitz for Penn State and Iowa. Austin, we appreciate the time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Mike, Caden Mingo has been terrific in his freshman year. The question is, can Mike Rhodes actually keep him in State College? We'll worry about that answer after the end of the season. But it's really refreshing to see a freshman come in, show offensive skill, but give just as much effort on the defensive end.
What an education it is for a young point guard to be in this league in this year. It's like an All-American every night. Now, he missed a few of those showdowns because of injury, but against Bruce Thornton, Nick Boyd, and Jeremy Fears, they scored a combined 28 points against him.
Amazing.
And of course, the rest of the Penn State defense. And it begins with his ability to stay in front of guys, but also his disruption. He is one of the most effective thieves in all of college basketball. 2.2 steals per game, is top 20 in the nation. He understands positioning. He knows how to go after the ball. And that's a challenge for Bennett Sturtz. Bennett Sturtz has been so effective in all the games this year. He scored 20 or more in 13 of his past 16 games. So obviously the offense for Iowa starts with Sturtz, and the defense that Caden Mingo will apply will make a huge difference in how that goes.
And he's going to be challenged today with defensive pick and roll challenges with Sturtz. Understand the physicality that Mingos has. The physicality, explosiveness, and quickness, and he has the size to get through those screens. Can he disrupt the pick and roll offense of Iowa?
I think Iowa's offense gets somewhat lost in the shuffle a little bit because of what I mentioned, because Ben McCollum came in and everybody talked about the defense that his teams played at Drake and at other lower levels. You're not going to win in this league, Earl, unless you establish an offensive identity and you are able to execute that identity.
Call him Picasso. The way he plays the offense is unbelievable. It's brilliant. You have 5 guys, ball movement, body movement, misdirection offense. What does that mean? It's always an action into another action. You see Sturtz gets it back. You get the pick and roll to flip the screen. Mignon sees it. If you drop, he comes off, he finds an open window. 3, he can shoot the ball beyond the arc, which means pick and rolls can go higher. The defense must raise. He has verticality, pocket pass, drive and kick, turn out a good shot to a great shot for Koch for 3. Perfect. Now Mignon understands now how to deliver the pass. The lane is going to open. No one is at the rim. If they are too small because it helps side as a guard. And want to get to the rim and finish, and that is the beauty of Iowa basketball and Sturtz decision-making.
Everything about them is a little bit different. And even after almost a full season with Iowa and the Sturtz combo in this league, it makes a huge difference when you're facing somebody that you haven't faced before and playing a different style. I mean, we saw 2018 Michigan State against Syracuse. Michigan State, a much better team, but that 2-3 zone got the Spartans, and that's the kind of effect that Iowa continues to have under this system.
I'm so impressed by Sturtz. A lot of folks said, well, he can't make it in this league, and then midway through the season, well, he's going to hit that wall because he plays too many minutes. He's like the Energizer Bunny. He keeps playing minutes, and he keeps scoring buckets for the Iowa Hawkeyes. He does have some help. Falgaris was the guy last time out, but Cam Manyow, he's been terrific as well. He had 12 and 7 against Ohio State. Earl just showed you some of those clips. He's such an important Robin to Bennett Sturtz's Batman as we get set for tip-off in State College, just about 20 minutes away. And as Mike mentioned at the top of the show, a massive day involving teams like UCLA, Minnesota, Nebraska, and USC. Thoughts on those matchups and more when the tip-off show continues.
This is the true story of Alex. Recently promoted, he was earning more, but investing for the future,
I definitely needed a plan.
With his advisor, Dennis, Alex invested his savings into 3 accounts.
One for now, one for later, and of course, his retirement.
A plan in motion put the future in focus. The wedding, the barn-dominium, kids.
Maybe kids.
The point here, Alex has more than big goals for his future. He's got a plan to get there.
Whether you are running a complex manufacturing site, powering a city's changing energy and utility needs, or maintaining a large fleet of aircraft, IFS's advanced industrial AI orchestrates data and adds capabilities to your business so you can thrive and grow. IFS.ai, award-winning asset and service management software.
You're really buying a car online on AutoTrader?
Really?
Your search can really be that specific?
Really?
So all you need to do is drop in some info and you only see cars on budget. Really?
Really?
You can really buy the car totally online.
Really?
And really have it delivered by a dealership.
Really?
Pizza's here!
No, it's our new car.
Buy your car online on AutoTrader. Really?
Did he bring food too?
Really?
Here's a little ballad about a man who masked his body odor. Instead of using Mando, the right tool for the job. And after a lifetime of sweeping his odor issues under the rug, he became a victim of his own smell. Mando gets to the bottom of the problem, stopping the bacteria that causes BO, and saving him from a lifetime of stink. Don't mask it, Mando it.
Drift into the world of Candy Crush. Sweet. Candy Crush. Play now.
Bob's is bringing the wow back. You can wait for a sale price, or you can get wow-worthy prices every day at Bob's. Like this Playday sectional for just $7.99, delivered in days. Or this marble dining set in 2 finishes.
Oh, my Bob.
What a day. It's tripleheader Saturday here on the Big Ten Network. After Penn State, Iowa, we take you to Evanston. Nick Martinelli bobblehead day, by the way, for Wildcat fans, against Oregon. Then Nebraska, USC at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific. FS1 has a mid-afternoon doubleheader. UCLA, Minnesota to start from the barn. And then Wisconsin, Washington as the Badgers try to avoid being swept out west after losing most recently to Oregon. An Oregon team, Mike, that is clearly playing its best basketball of the season as it travels to Evanston to take on Northwestern, also coming off a big win in that upset of Indiana.
It's funny what can happen when you get your best player back from a near season-long injury. Nate Biddle's a fantastic college basketball player, was great in this league a year ago, and he's great now that he's back, averaging 18.7 rebounds and 4 assists in the 6 games his return. They are 3-3 with him. And you can see he does everything. Look at this pass. It's like he's all of a sudden he's Tom Brady hitting the touchdown. And he shows you he knows how to read a defense. He sets that up for that deep 3. And then as well, this defensive disruption. He knows where to play the ball. He gets down on the floor. He's not above that. And he gets a steal. And they wind up getting a victory that was really important to them to show that they are back, that they are still a factor of all the teams that are at the lower end of the bracket in the Big Ten tournament. They may be the least one you want to face.
Oregon fans probably would have preferred a different quarterback comparison as to a Michigan guy like Tom Brady, but we'll let it pass for now. Nebraska, USC, this is a massive game for USC. If they want to get back on the right side of the bubble, they have to find a way to pick up quality wins. This would be one of those wins. Chad Baker-Mazara has been banged up, and in his absence, we have seen Elijah Arenas turn into a true scorer. I guess he's always been a true scorer, but now we're actually seeing it on the floor.
Yeah, you understand he came into the season late. So coming into the season late, trying to find a rhythm and how to implement yourself in an offense that's already flowing, he has to be the player they hope he would be when they signed him, right? Coming in, you have Nebraska at home. What do you have to do? You have to get to the basket, make plays, but most importantly, use your size to get into the paint and create for others. And then you talk about on the other end, you have to defend and use that length. You must rebound. It's not getting 30 points in a game like today. It's getting 15 to 20 points, 5 to 6 assists, 10 rebounds. Those are the stats that are going to carry USC with an opportunity to win versus a great team in executing half-court versus Nebraska.
USC's schedule really tough. Of course, just lost to UCLA, have this Nebraska game, and then another game against UCLA to end the year. And, Mike, speaking of UCLA, a team that's on a little bit of a heater, you pick up that overtime win against Illinois, you back it up, and in the last 2 games, Donovan Dent has arguably been, over that stretch, the best player in the entire country.
Yeah, it's the player that UCLA thought they were getting to begin with, and especially with him hitting 5 out of 6 three-pointers in that USC game. He's giving you now the total package of what he's capable of doing. Had a huge assist game, 15 assists in the Illinois win. And, of course, that Tyus Edney-like. I wonder how long it'll take for it to be a Donovan Dent-like basket, but that great drive from coast to coast. He has been a complete player in this 2-game winning streak, and they need to continue to win. Minnesota, don't mess around up there. The barn can be tough. And this has not been a great season for UCLA in terms of their Midwestern road trips. They've not played great. This is a huge game for them today.
It just feels different, though. I'll give Mick Cronin a lot of credit. Maybe Raphael Davis, maybe the UCLA coach, listened. He said, stop worrying about D, coach. You got ballers. Let those guys shoot, score, and ball. And that has been the difference for UCLA recently. Stay out west because Wisconsin got beaten by Oregon. They were upset. The last thing Greg Gard wants, his team is comfortably in the NCAA tournament, but you don't want to lose all sorts of momentum. And Washington is not, like Minnesota, it's not an easy place to go and win.
I understand very well that Pacific Northwest trip. The split is brilliant and excellent. To steal two, you're awesome. But right now, going into Washington, UW, you have to be ready. The Killer Bees must be ready. The Killer Bees understand that backcourt. You have Boyd, you have Blackwell. How can you play? How can you be aggressive? But most importantly, how can you control the game and get to the free throw line? You must control the tempo because there's something about playing at UW. Somehow the game gets away from you. Those bigs start to play. You lose control of the game. But you have to take this one on the road. You have to understand this is a must-win for them for mental and emotional progressions moving forward to get into the tournament.
Yeah, Boyd and Blackwell are a tough guard for everybody. I think the question on the other end, how does Wisconsin slow down Hannes Steinbach? Future lottery pick, had a monster-sized double-double last time out. Right now, that could be the toughest match, certainly, for Wisconsin on the defensive side. Freddie DeLeon, such a big part of basically everything that Penn State does. Nearly 14 points, more than 3 rebounds per game. He and the Nittany Lions tip things off against the Iowa Hawkeyes right here on the Big Ten Network in just over 10 minutes.
My mother told me, don't forget to pray, 'cause there'll be hard times. Hard times, oh yeah. Well, I soon found out just what she meant.
So guys, just smile and say, switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes and get an iPhone 17 on them, no trade-in needed.
Why can't we just say cheese?
Okay, cheese.
Now you can switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes and get a new iPhone 17 on us. No trade-in needed.
Half protection is not enough. Using just an antivirus online is also not enough. Get better online protection with NordVPN. It will encrypt your online traffic, protect you from malware, phishing, and stop annoying ads. Get NordVPN now.
Buying a car is kind of a big deal. With Car Gurus, search in your own words.
Reliable, fun to drive. Fits all the gear and the whole family. Nice.
Car Gurus. Discover your best deal.
The top-ranked Spartans.
An absolute missile!
Face off with the Buckeyes. Saturday Night Hockey on the Big Ten Network.
Clorox Scentiva. Cleans like Clorox. Smells like cherry blossom.
Get the gear that works as hard as you do. The Blue Business Cash Card with no annual fee. Terms apply.
The sun is dying.
You'll find a solution.
You are my solution.
Project Hail Mary. Rated PG-13. Only in theaters March 20th.
Turn it up, make it loud. Amiguita, esta noche nos fuimos. Muévelo, bátelo, gózalo, enciéndelo, pásalo, agítalo, tápalo, sacúdelo. Muévelo, bátelo, gózalo.
Turn up the flavor in every sip. Café Bustelo está aquí.
Basketball on the Big Ten Network is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Take you on the court with Alvaro Falgueras, who Earl is coming off a massive game.
Yeah, understand. He's the new point forward on that team. He holds the ball out, delivers it, plays off the bounce, can score and make plays on the opposite side of the court in system.
Really tough guy to defend and to match up with at his side. Mike, there's also Tavion Banks, nearly 5 assists per game for this team.
Yeah, you know, what's interesting about him, he's only had 12 field goal attempts combined in the past 2 games, even though he shot 75%. So you might want to get the ball in his hands more often, and I'll tell you why else. He only has 3 turnovers combined in the past 5 games, so if you get it to him, he's not losing it.
Earl, one guy guaranteed to have the ball in his hands a lot for Penn State is this young man, Caden Mingo.
He has to push the pace in transition, get to the basket, and finish, as well as get to the free throw line. But defensively, he will be challenged in pick and roll defense. Staying on the ball, and can you contain Sturtz to disrupt his rhythm?
Oh, what a great matchup. Sturtz offensively, Mingo defensively. You have Josh Reed as well. Finally healthy, Mike, after dealing with some injuries the last couple of weeks.
He has 12 consecutive double-figure scoring games. Now, when he plays well, do they always win? No. But since January 1, when they win, he always plays well. 16 points, 5 rebounds per game, and 55% shooting in those victories.
Oh, the basketball version of the old chicken or egg. Ivan Juric very quietly having a really solid season for Penn State. Averages nearly 10 points, more than 5 rebounds per game. His head coach, Mike Rhodes, pregame with Austin Johnson.
Coach, 7 days off, little rest, recovery since the last one. How's it feel to be back home here at Bryce Jordan Center?
Yeah, it's great to be back home. We took 2 days off early in the week, and it really helped our guys. It helped guys like Josh, who dealing with, like everybody, dealing with some stuff. But we had a great practice Tuesday, and we know we have our hands full here with Iowa. But I'm really proud of our guys and the way they've handled themselves, the way they've been coachable here late down the stretch, and let's go see what happens.
One thing you guys have done well all season long is being able to put pressure on the ball, leading the Big Ten, turning the opposing group over. How important will that be to be able to contain Bennett Sturtz in this Iowa offense?
Yeah, I don't know if you turn Iowa over, you put it yourself in position. Like I think the biggest thing is you got to sustain your defense and then play the ball at times, and that's where you create turnovers maybe against Iowa. But we have guys that are capable of reading plays and getting their hands on the basketball, and we need that to create some offense on the other end for sure.
And then lastly, obviously, youngest team in the Big Ten, and you try to control what you can, turnovers being one of those things. You want to play a clean game out here today?
We have to play a clean game. We can't have turnovers that we can't defend. And at times this year, when we've taken care of the basketball, also we've done a good job, and we've been toe-to-toe with people. The days we've been giving the ball away and we can't defend put us in a deep hole, and that's something is a huge concern for us today. It's top of the list. We take care of the ball, we'll have a chance.
Coach, appreciate the time. Good luck.
You got it. Thank you.
Well, if taking care of the ball is action item number 1, action items number 2 through 467 are trying to slow down Bennett Sturtz, averaging nearly 21 per game this season for the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Now Sturtz will go to work. A step back 3 for Sturtz is good. Sturtz driving high off the glass with the finish.
Every truck month, trucks talk tough. Only one delivers the trucks worth talking about. Ram Truck Month. The most powerful light-duty gas lineup in America. Backed by America's best powertrain limited warranty. Built to never stop. Hurry in for great deals during Ram Truck Month. The only one worth the talk. Nothing stops Ram.
Purchase this Ram 1500 and get 0% financing for 60 months or $6,500 total cash allowance on select 2026 Ram 1500 models in dealer inventory. And get a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
Taxes was so taxing.
Now taxes is so free. Terrible tax, free edition only. Roughly 37% of filers qualify. Simple form 1040 returns only. Now this is taxes, file for free and get the most money back. Guaranteed.
As a contractor, I find sometimes the most impactful thing you can say is what you do on your own home. A couple of years ago, we put a pool in our backyard, my wife and I. There was only one choice for the decking around the new pool. We used TimberTech because of the low maintenance on the product. You can install it and just enjoy it for its lifetime.
ePay, Redwood. I mean, after 1 year, you're sanding and refinishing if you want to keep that sharp look. If you don't want to sand and oil every year, you want low maintenance, go with TimberTech.
Out here, we work hard for the things that matter. Our property, our animals, getting more out of every day. Out here, the hard work you put in pays you back over and over, because there's no better feeling than making time for what matters most. And knowing this life out here is yours. Tractor Supply, for life out here.
Sam, are you cheating on me with another pet store?
No. It's just, they have auto ship.
PetSmart has auto ship too, and same-day delivery. You're like the full package. Shop anything, anyway. PetSmart. Anything for pets.
Behold, the new Harry's Plus. 5 German-engineered steel blades, premium metal handle, our most advanced pivot mechanism, at a price that makes Big Razor big mad, and guys everywhere very happy. Harry's Plus.
The numbers of getting a double bye at the Big Ten tournament in a few weeks' time, not starting play until Thursday, very much in Iowa's favor. Even with a loss, nearly a 2/3 chance for Iowa to get a double bye. Win against Penn State, and it's over 90. So you're telling me there's a chance. Here's Hawkeye head coach Ben McCollum with Jason Horowitz.
All right, Coach, everyone works to get to March. Tomorrow is March. You have 20 wins, first time at Iowa in 5 years. Where do you think this team has grown the most to get to this point?
I think they've just become more connected, and some of the guys that are new to our program have really grown in their roles and what they can do for our squad. And then, obviously the ebbs and flows of the season create some toughness, and I think we've developed some of that as well.
A lot of talk about getting off to a better start. What have you guys worked on since the Ohio State game to make that happen today?
Man, I don't, we've tried everything other than changing the starting lineup. So, it's just, we just got to have a heightened awareness to start games and be able to score a little bit more early in games and be able to take it to them. So, hopefully tonight, especially on the road, you need to be ready to go, or this afternoon, need to be ready to go right away.
Best of luck today, Coach.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, you have to start better than Iowa started. They fell behind 15-5, but Mike, they answered it with an 18-0 run and then took that game over against Ohio State. What will you be watching for early as it relates to this game?
I know there are a lot of technical things that are involved in this, and nobody knows them better than Earl, but I think energy for Iowa is essential in a game like this against the team at the bottom of your standings. You have to remember what you're playing for. NCAA tournament seeding, that double bye. This is a huge game for them in that sense.
Mike is exactly right. That energy leads to transition defense for both. You got to get back in transition. Don't give up the easy baskets. Have a chance to win in the half court.
For as long as we've covered Big Ten basketball, you know that sometimes at the Bryce Jordan Center, one of those early weekend starts with a team making a road trip, weird things happen, and they happen in March. Unfortunately for Mike, we're not there yet, but we'll get there in short time, my friend. Jason Horowitz, Austin Johnson had the call. See you at the half.
Rick, we get there tomorrow as we welcome you inside the Bryce Jordan Center, a place where Iowa has not played very well the last few years. And Big Ten basketball sponsored by Venmo. The Hawkeyes, 20 wins for the first time in 5 years against the Nittany Lions squad. Today with an opportunity to play spoilers. We take a look at the Big Ten standings. Remember, the teams on the left get at least a double bye. Iowa trying to stay on that left side in the top 8, not having to play until Thursday of the Big Ten tournament. Penn State knows it's going to open up on day 1, but they're trying to improve their sense of the standings and their season as we move down the stretch and into March. And what is Iowa playing for? Mike DeCourcy was talking about it in studio. You win today for Ben McCollum on the road. That chance of earning the double bye up to nearly 94%. You lose, obviously heading in the wrong direction. Our starting lineups brought to you by Venmo. Ben McCollum talked this week and told us this morning he was tinkering with maybe changing the starting lineups. He did not. So it is the same starting 5 opposite Penn State and their 2 leading scorers, Freddie DeLeon and Caden Mingo. Jason Horowitz, Austin Johnson, happy to have you with us. We are underway inside the Bryce Jordan Center. And the Hawkeyes, Austin, as I mentioned, just 1-5 in their last 6 trips to this building.
Yeah, it's been a tough place for them to play. What you're in tune for today is an Iowa group that's one of the most efficient offenses in the entire conference, if not the nation. And Penn State that likes to try to get downhill, attack the rim, and play in open space in transition as well.
Iowa team has been struggling with starts. Happened against Ohio State. And that's one of those guys they need to get going, Cooper Koch. But the offensive rebound for Tavion Banks.
A lot of interchangeable parts, these tweeners that can go and do a little bit of everything on the basketball court for the Hawkeyes, knock down some open shots. also eat glass.
And they get the second look, and that's a big one. Koch, his last 6 games, just 23% from beyond the arc, but he is such a capable shooter.
Yeah, son of Hawkeyes and NBA player J.R. Koch. He's a dead-eye shooter, and you got to get into the rhythm early, especially on the road. Good sign.
Penn State hasn't played since last weekend. Got to a rough start. Got hammered in Lincoln against the Cornhuskers. It's knocked out of bounds by Sturts. It will stay with the Nittany Lions. And Bennett Sturts, as good as it comes in the conference. And Austin, he has scored at least 20 or more in 10 of his last 11 games.
Yeah, he's taken the long road to success, which I appreciate. Started at the D2 level, dominated, moved up with a heavy billing and a lot of expectations this year. And what has he done? Just replicate. He can go out and get you 30 points on any given night.
Deep in the shot clock. Josh Reed saw it, had to get it off.
Iowa zoning up Penn State. Penn State is not a good three-point shooting team. They're going to have to find ways to get them out of it.
Extra kick, open look, great ball movement early. It Sturts down the lane. Can't finish. We're going to see a lot of plays, Austin, at the rim. Both these teams like to get in the lane.
For sure.
In the 3, open 3. Dillion knocks it down.
One of the keys to the game is if these 3 Nittany Lions that are all averaging over double digits can go above and beyond their season averages, and that's a good start for Dillion.
Dale Combs trying to drive baseline. Sit back, still 12 to shoot for the Hawkeyes. The engine of this offense, Bennett Sturts, fades away, soft touch.
Josh Reed gets the initial matchup at 6'8", might be a tad too slow. Bennett Sturts is attacking those feet, making his mind up even before he gets the basketball.
Rich was looking for Stewart the whole way. That is something you cannot do against Iowa. They feast off points on turnovers. Combs spins and floats it in.
Slow start was problematic against Ohio State in the last one. Not so much here. Not a ton in attendance, but you got to be able to self-manufacture energy on the road, and Iowa is coming with the right type of attitude and approach.
Iowa got down at home 14-2 to the Buckeyes on Wednesday night. And from that point on, went on a 21-1 run.
Something in that under 16 timeout flip for them.
Body control, Urich fell to the floor.
Good slip right there, but moved the basketball a little bit too much, resulting in a miss.
One of the best things for Iowa, the ball never sticks. That movement on the offensive end, Sturts, that's a 3.
Good shot right there for him. Penn State hard hedging and showing. There's going to be a lot of slip opportunities for the big setting for Iowa.
Josh Reed playing so well down the stretch. A lot of contact from Manial. Urich cannot save it. It is back to the Hawkeyes. Ben McCollum, from his days at Northwest Missouri State to Drake to Iowa, 15 consecutive seasons with at least 20 wins, and for the Hawkeyes, it's their first in 5 years.
81% career winning percentage. Like Nuff said right there, he's won at every single level, and the reason being he is so competitive. We were joking around with him before the game about how he's competitive in every aspect of life. He still plays and gets after it himself as well, and he wants to dominate you.
To find the best way to get his team prepared to get into the NCAA tournament and move through it. Josh Reed, Koch, a lot of contact, no foul called. And Josh Reed, he was patient in the paint, he scored.
It's a good job getting to that weak side, isolating Reed. Good balance right there, multiple pivots until he's able to get the angle. Koch goes over and he doesn't get flustered.
Floater for Combs over the outstretched arms of Urich.
Combs was an X factor in that game against Ohio State. Held Bruce Thornton, reigning Big Ten Player of the Week, to 10 points in that one.
Rich trying to back down Fulgaris, who just checked in. And he does back the Spaniard all the way to the basket.
The poise, calmness in the paint by Urich right there. Fulgaris was pushing him out almost towards the three-point line, and he never got flustered.
And Urich has about 25, 30 pounds.
Yep. And he used it right there to get to his spot.
Harris coming off a season-high 20 points in the win against the Buckeyes. Found Sturts. He's fouled. And that will send us to the timeout. Bennett Sturtz, cool, calm, collected. As much of a heater as anybody in the conference the last month and a half. And he's got Iowa up a deuce on the road.
This or that.
Here they come, yo. Here they come.
You can Venmo this, or you can Venmo that. You can Venmo this, or you can Venmo that. You can Venmo this, or you can Venmo that. I think you Venmo this, yo. Swears that. Yo, liftily. Yo, we can make it. Hip to me. What we are, cuz what we be. Be the epitome. Do, da, dippity. You can Venmo this, or you can Venmo that. I think you Venmo this.
Get your Venmo debit card today and get up to 5% cash back.
ACE's YardRx program prescribes the best lawn care specific to your yard's needs, delivered every season. Because when you want greener grass, less weeds, and fewer bugs, you can get a personalized prescription delivered free from the helpful folks at ACE. Subscribe now and save 20% on everything you need all year. From our store to your front door, with service so good it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks. Let's go, bud. Hurry up. Come on.
I'm a baseball dad. Just because I didn't go pro doesn't mean my kid won't.
Give me that. No pressure, kid.
Coach says it doesn't matter if you win or lose the game, but that's what losers say. You gotta swivel those hips, right? And you gotta swing. 4! And if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate. Switch to Allstate and you could save hundreds. What are you waiting for? Make your move before I do.
Pampers Swaddlers keeps baby comfortably dry.
Bundle home and auto and you're protected 365, 724.
24/7, 365.
Tomato, tomato.
Corner.
Lily's Catering has a lot on their plate, but with Intuit QuickBooks, AI agents take stuff off it.
Hours log, chef. And payroll's ready too.
That's her secret sauce.
So good.
Outdo it with Intuit QuickBooks.
What is accountability?
Showing up even when it's hard.
As long as you try,
you cannot fail.
If we push ourselves,
we'll go further than we ever thought we could.
we believe in each other.
Because big things start small.
Iowa up by 2 here on this early afternoon tip. Bryce Jordan center headed. Amazing smell of cinnamon rolls when we walked in this morning. It still smells like that. Jason Horowitz, Austin Johnson, happy to have you with us. Hawkeyes up by 2. Look, this is the team that's heading towards the NCAA tournament, but Ben McCollum's been dealing with, hey, whether do I change my starting lineup, do I not? He opted today not to, and they're up 9-7 early going.
Honestly, if it's not broke, don't try to fix it for these guys. They're coming off of a win, and I think that he made a really good point that sometimes when you remove somebody from your starting lineup, that messes up their flow. And in guys who are used to being able to monitor games, such as Alvaro Fulgares, seeing how he can go in there and be impactful immediately, you don't want to throw it off, especially as you get closer and closer to postseason play.
You think about it, with this game today, the Hawkeyes, 3 regular season games left. Whatever they're able to accomplish in Chicago in the Big Ten tournament, there's just not that much time left to be changing things on the fly. Gianni off the bench called for an offensive foul.
But a quick start is imperative here. And the reason being is if you look ahead, and obviously you don't want to do that if you're any Big Ten team, who do you have staring down the barrel for you as the Iowa Hawkeyes? You got Michigan next, and then you got to go back to Nebraska. 2 top 25 teams. You know neither one of those contests are going to be easy, so you got to take advantage of the non-ranked opponents.
Michigan last night with the road win at Illinois claimed the regular season outright Big Ten title. Isaiah Howard off the bench found Combs, and that is 6 early points for Cale Combs. He only averages 5.5 a game.
Doesn't stop moving when he doesn't have the basketball. Phenomenal 45 cut right into the sweet spot. And how about the flotation device?
Dominic Stewart, and that's a big shot. He has been playing so much better, but 0 of 6 from 3 the last 2 games, and they need him to stretch the defense.
And he's taken the necessary jump from freshman year to sophomore year, gotten more strong in the weight room. He keeps progressing in the right direction.
Howard trying to penetrate. It's Fulgares in the corner. And another offensive rebound, the second for Tavion Banks.
And he did his work early right there. That's how you root out on the weak side.
Foul, it's hold. Cale Combs grabbed DeLeon racing for the ball, and a foul called on the Hawkeyes.
Probably smart right there by Combs. Cerebral play, good job, good recognition by DeLeon. Quick hands, be able to get to that leather without creating contact with the skin.
People have talked about his defense and how much better he was defensively against Bruce Thornton and the Buckeyes on Wednesday night, but he's got 6 points, Austin, here in the early going. He's got 11 straight games scoring 6 or fewer.
Yeah, one of those interchangeable parts. He does what you need him to do game by game, and you know the scout changes. That's what Coach McCollum said. He locked into the scout against Bruce Thornton and executed it perfectly.
The Lions deep into the bench. 2 jobs to Stewart. 6 to shoot. DeLeon. He hits again. And we're tied at 13.
That is beautiful right there. The elevation got so high right there, was able to fade. That's what allowed for him to be able to convert on that deep three.
Nittany Lions already 3 triples in this ball game. Combined against Rutgers and Nebraska, they only hit 7 in those 2 games.
Garris's head was ahead of his feet right there, meaning he was off balance. Got to stay sound when you're driving to the rim.
Sturtz, nice move into the lane. And the bounce pass off the knee of a defender. DeLeon, he's got 3 of them. And the Nittany Lions have their first lead.
Feel that momentum snapping back in the direction of Penn State. Nice hit ahead. And DeLeon is just trusting the work that he's put in when nobody's around.
Isaiah Howard, that was beautiful. Banks set it up in the paint. DJ Karstensen is talking to Mike Rhodes. And that conversation brings us to a timeout here with 12:23 to go. He stopped play, but DeLeon has taken a lot of these, but man, he's hitting early.
And the Tennessee transfer is continue to take the right steps. Good elevation on that 3. And getting to his spots, running the floor, making it happen.
Superstitions, Matt?
Hi, Carly. It's a good thing Discover makes it easy to be a Big Ten fan.
Totally. I get cash back on my rally cap.
Cash back on my favorite glove.
Cash back on my Lucky Shamrock.
Cash back on my game day chicken wings.
Cash back on my one cleat.
I even earned cash back on my lucky bobblehead.
You win. Next round's on me.
Earn cash back on every purchase with Discover, the official card of the Big Ten.
Spring, the unofficial new year for tool people. A time to start new jobs and tackle new projects with new tools from Harbor Freight. Whether you're a pro or just like doing things yourself, we've got the quality tools and savings to start your new year off right. So come celebrate spring savings at Harbor Freight. This weekend, get a free 5-gallon bucket when you spend $29.99 in store.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Ooh, that's rough. At least with Safe Light, you can get that fixed any way you want. Any way I want.
I can schedule a chip fix while I get my hair clipped?
Yep.
They can fix my glass while we fish for bass.
If you want.
They can recalibrate my safety features while I sit at home in my comfy pants?
That one doesn't rhyme, but sure.
Get it fixed any way you want at SafeLight.com.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Brace your taste buds. The new DQ Flamethrower Chicken Strip Basket comes with cool DQ soft serve as a dip for just $6.99. Add one of our new Tajin lemonades. It's the new Spicy menu, only for a limited time.
A Wednesday night hoops triple header. Indiana hosts Minnesota. Braden Smith leads Purdue against Northwestern, and USC battles Washington. Coverage begins with the tip-off show on the Big Ten Network.
This is a place where one voice can spark a change. But something happens when we work together. You see it, a quiet strength, and you hear it. A not so quiet passion. Building community, shaping our future. And we're not done.
Now, Ben McCollum took the timeout after the Iowa bucket. His team down 1 as we take a look at today's keys to the game, brought to you by TurboTax. Austin Johnson, what are you looking at?
Basketball is a game best shared, and you look at Iowa, they do a really good job at that, averaging 15 assists, spraying that basketball around the court. You know Bennett Sturtz is elite. He can go out and get you 30 any given night. But he averages 5 assists on his lonesome, already at 2, so he's trending in the right direction. Got to be connected on the defensive side. Iowa leading the Big Ten, holding opponents to around 64 points per game. Kel Combs, when you drill down into it, that effort against Bruce Thornton is what makes that happen. And for Penn State, ball pressure will be crucial. They get a lot of steals, and you got to be able to push the pace. They're not great in the half court, so you got to find ways to allow your defense to make your offense go.
DeLeon with 9 early points for Penn State. And Eli Rice not on the same page with Blackwood. So the 3rd turnover for Penn State. And you know, for Iowa, right, they're a team defensively, right? Best in the Big Ten. They only give it up 64 points again. Part of that is they play the slowest pace in the conference as well, and in the country.
Yeah, your offense is effectively helping you to be able to get back, set up, and load up against your opponent in that way. And I love when Coach McCollum, he's just a guy that they know who they are and they lean into it. They don't have a ton of rim protectors and shot blockers. They don't have the bounciest guys, but they're always going to be connected on that backside and help position and helping one another out.
Tunja driving down the lane, slip and fell, and Iowa trying to get off to the races. Howard left it, got it back, and he'll kick it up to the top to Sturtz. He's got the mismatch on Urich. He saw it, he delivered, couldn't finish.
That's one he's going to want back right there. He was salivating once he got the switch on Urich, attacked those feet, but then a little bit too much English and a clear lane drive. One he typically finishes.
Guarantee he recognized it before we did.
Well, if you're Urich, you recognize that you were on Sturtz Island in that situation. You got to move those feet.
He never comes off the floor. 37 minutes a game. Urich used his entire arm to push Tate Sage, and he's called for the offensive foul.
That's one of those ones where the guy who reacts is the one who gets nixed for the whistle. They're battling right in the paint right before the entry pass. And sometimes you don't get the benefit of the doubt when you're the big guy in that one-on-one dynamic.
I mean, you played in the post, Austin. I mean, you don't necessarily need that. He's got 35, 40 pounds on the freshman from Oklahoma.
Yeah, it's a little strategy right there. You don't want to get into arm wrestling. Stay below the basket. Use your feet to work around.
Sage knocks in the 3. Hawkeyes so far today have hit 3 of 6. And they're 54% overall from the floor.
And again, the efficient skip pass cross court into the shooting pocket for their 6 assists already in the first half.
Iowa has answered Penn State's 9-0 run with an 8-0 run of its own. Approaching the midway point of the first half. Mingo has not scored. He's fouled. It looks like he had a clear lane. He just couldn't hold on to the basketball and then forced it. You know, everyone just kind of cleared out for Mingo, and he kind of just lost the ball.
Yeah, good hesitation. A little bit of a tween move to get people going in different directions, but maybe a little bit too good to be true from him to see he has such a clear lane. You don't get those often in the Big Ten Conference.
Freshman, nearly 14 points a game. 3rd most by a freshman in the conference this season. Eaton Wagler on his Steinbach, the other 2.
Such a high character young guy, named freshman, captain, and an individual who's only going to continue to get better. But one thing that separates him from other freshmen is him buying in defensively. That's typically things that you have a harder time acclimating to when you step up from the high school ranks to the Big Ten level.
And he has more steals per game than anybody in the conference. Inside of 10 minutes in the first half, Maniau got it back out. Sturtz with 7 to shoot. Howard gets inside. Good defensive possession by the Nittany Lions.
Phenomenal on-ball defense by Mingo. keeping those numbers in front of the driver.
Trying to switch hands, and he's fouled on his way up.
You can see him building up and getting himself going. That basketball has energy. Defensive success leads over at him starting to break and then getting into attack mode. I think he learned from that last possession. When the C's part, go into attack mode. You'll see right here the defensive effort by the young freshman captain on this team. This is the effort that gets you the respect of your teammates staying in the play.
Well, he has been closer to 75% from the free throw line for most of his freshman season. That has become a struggle the last couple of weeks. Remember, Mingo broke his nose in practice 3 weeks ago, was wearing the mask. It is off now for the first time.
I think what you just said just speaks to the psychological aspect of being able to convert consistently from the charity stripe.
So each hit one couple possessions ago. Uric tracks it down. Nittany Lions, bottom of the Big Ten standings. Iowa trying to stay in that position for a double bye in the Big Ten tournament. They've been doing battle so far here in the first half. Both teams nip and tuck the whole way.
Feeling out two different, unique styles.
Reed, the high floater. A lot of dribbling for the big guy. Step back, hey, I gotta shoot this.
That's a bailout right there because that wasn't a lot of continuity on that possession, especially on the weak side. A lot of staring and watching, and Reed's able to get a step back to go.
Already 5 triples. They had 7 combined the last 2 games. They lost Sturts, and that's the one guy you can't lose.
Yeah, you got to have your antennas to number 14 at all times.
7 points, 3 assists here in the early going for Bennett Sturts. And another foul on the drive for Mingo. Now, he has certainly made it his emphasis to get to the lane and get to the line, but go back to that last Josh Reed 3.
1 for a low, not by design, just because a lot of people staring and watching, and Reed had no choice but to let it fly, and he's able to get it to go. And then Caden Mingo getting into attack mode. At 6'3", 195, he's one of the more slippier guys to stay in front of when he gets into that action.
Now, Mike Rhodes, his team really struggled last week. The home game against Rutgers, bad start, lost that ball game by double figures, went to Nebraska. They were down by 24 at one point in that first half. So, hey, the guys had a couple days off, got back at it Tuesdays, had a great week of practice, and they felt rested. And Austin, the first halves of those 2 games, they scored 20 against Rutgers and Nebraska. There's 8 minutes to go in the first half against the best defensive team in the conference, and they're already at 23.
Yeah, I mean, it's building armor, as he said. You got to learn through baptism by fire as the youngest team in the entire Big Ten Conference. Typically, you get there years 2 and 3, but this team is so predicated and relying on freshmen being successful. You got to play through your lumps, bumps, and bruises sometimes.
Howard got the offensive board. Fulgaris tracked down a 3rd and 10. Hawkeyes so efficient on offense when they are rolling. Cannot give them a 3rd opportunity. 6 to shoot, ball moving. Howard trying to get in the paint. He's got 3 to shoot. He's stuck. Sturts launches.
Phenomenal defensive possession.
Iowa getting all it can handle in a game they need to have on the road. Up by 1 here in Happy Valley.
Nothing stops Ram. That means we deliver knockouts. Boom.
Welcome to the jungle.
We don't just ride the bull.
We are the bull.
We're light duty, heavy duty, Hemi D8s, Hurricanes, and Hellcats. And we're backing them with America's best powertrain limited warranty. We're UFC fighting, donut making, NASCAR winning Ram. We're never gonna be something we're not, because nothing stops Ram.
Taxes was chasing updates and getting nowhere. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert, doing it all for you. While keeping you in the loop. So you can keep chasing this feeling. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax.
Going to see movies on a Friday night in the Quad Cities here, that was not just an experience to be entertained, but to be educated.
Watching people jump when it's scary and laugh together when it's funny. It's such a communal experience. You're going on a ride with 100 strangers, and we were just inspired to try to hopefully one day make movies that could take an audience on a ride as well.
I just look at filmmaking as it's only about telling stories and having a really fulfilling process and trying to bring that story to life.
Every project that we write, it starts with a spark. One or two good ideas, they just kind of stick around and we just keep talking about them and talking about them.
Even if there's an outward force saying, we don't want it, that's not a deterrent to us anymore. We're going to try, and sometimes you're going to try and it's going to fail.
It can be a business of rejection, especially when you're two kids from Iowa. So having a partner to build you up and keep you confident is so crucial. I'm Brian Woods.
I'm Scott Beck, and we're filmmakers
and University of Iowa graduates.
Basketball on the Big Ten Network is brought to you by Venmo. Score more with Venmo. And by Marco's Pizza. Order your Marco's Pizza now at marcos.com. Well, I learned the hard way last night that the Creamery closes at 10 p.m. on Friday night. Late night stroll through campus here in Happy Valley, 10:15. Doors were shut. Did not get my desired milkshake last night. Jason Horwitz, Austin Johnson. Very happy still to be here despite that.
I'll tell you what, the majority of our conversations, especially in and around these broadcasts, it's always something to do with food.
Yeah. Well, I bring candy for you. But what did I give you? I gave you Reese's Peanut Butter Cups last game.
You did. You dined me off in the paint with a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
Yeah.
I slammed it home, so I appreciate you.
I had the Jones in last night for a Fluffer Nutter milkshake, but it was 10:15. They were close. 24-23, Penn State out of the timeout. Great play, but Reed left his feet a little early.
Sure did. He was vertical right there, jumped maybe a second too soon. That should have been an easy conversion.
And it's Sturtz directing traffic as he always does into the corner for Banks. Volkaris, not able to get on track. He was so good against the Buckeyes off the bench on Wednesday. Season high 20 points. For the transfer from Robert Morris, Bennett Sturtz got the contact. Couldn't get the whistle, couldn't finish. Ilion already hit 3 triples here in the first half. Back out to Stewart, and he hits!
Excellent decision by Dilion. He's attacking those elbows, collapsing the defense. And once everybody has all eyes on him, inside out, Dominic Stewart stepping into it confident.
Stewart and Dilion have hit 5 triples here in the first half. Mike Rhodes wanted an offensive foul, didn't get it. Approaching 6 minutes to go. Koch in the corner, regathered, and he has hit a couple. And if they can get Cooper Koch going down the stretch here in the rest of the Big Ten regular season, that is going to be massive for the Hawkeyes.
Absolutely. Shooting around Bennett Sturtz is a recipe for success. The only returning scholarship player is off to a good start here at State College.
And you know he's shooting threes. Nearly 70% of his shots come from beyond the arc.
And those corners are lethal.
And he had been so good the first 20 games of the year. Over 40% for Koch beyond the arc. It's been such a struggle the last month. This time it's Howard for 3.
It's a confidence thing, though. Ebbs and flows. It's a long season. Going to have spurts where you're playing well. You're going to have injuries that you're going to have to battle back from. Got to keep your confident approach at an even keel.
Iowa's largest lead in the first half was 6. Penn State has battled back. At 5 lead changes. Been a really good first half.
The ball movement here. Got to find ways to try to get 2 feet in the paint if you're Penn State.
Now Dilion worked his way. He played off of 2 feet. He's in double figures.
If he gets to that Barkley, 6'5", $195. He can post up opposing guards and even some opposing bigs right there. Makes him a very unique Swiss Army type like a weapon.
Penn State shoots 62% from the floor here in the opening half.
Good response.
Hangs deep against Gianni with 6 to shoot.
Good defense by Gianni, staying vertical.
Bulgaris didn't see the help coming into the corner. Koch to beat the horn.
That's a guy that, again, you're going to have to stay loaded to where he is. You're going to have to make decisions on the help side with how he's shooting the basketball right now.
And a foul. It is on Tavion Banks. It's his first. 3 triples here in the first half for Cooper Koch.
Phenomenal pass right there by Bulgaris. That's probably one of his better qualities at 6'10". Obviously, he can shoot it, but he understands feel, and with a spread floor with Bennett Sturts out there at your 1, you're going to have opportunities to knock down threes if you're Koch.
And McCollum said, look, Cooper Koch, the Wisconsin game, I think he was off. Last game against Ohio State, he said his shots were on. They were just long.
To tie it all back to what we were talking about with Coach pregame, this is why you don't change your lineups, because you never know when it's going to be somebody's day.
Immediate timeout coming on the next whistle. 4 to shoot for DeLeon. He backs up over Hawson, who is in the game for the first time.
So heat check right there by DeLeon. Good job staying in the vicinity by Hawson.
Brendan Hawson hasn't played the last 3 games, the transfer from Kansas State. You know when he's on the floor, he's in danger to shoot the 3.
Patience right there. Want to get yourself into the flow when you're fresh in the game. Get up and down the floor a couple times.
Bennett deep in the shot clock. Sturts got some space, and he can't hit. Bennett Sturts started this ball game hitting both of his first 2 shots. He has missed his last 5. Brendan Hawson. Inside of 3 minutes to go here in the opening half. DeLeon, he has been the best offensive player for Penn State all afternoon.
Yeah, help isn't coming. You drive until you get cut off, and Iowa's not doing a good job of keeping him away from the paint. If he's just rising up and knocking it down.
High 13 points. Sturts again. You don't see Iowa take quick shots in a possession very often. And an offensive foul called on Mason Blackwood. And Sturts is down. They help him up, back to the bench. Hawkeyes trailing here on the road. Mike DeCourcy, he's going to join us on the other side and talk about the Hawkeyes NCAA tournament resume next.
Old Trapper Beefs. Camp Cravings.
There you go, buddy. Have fun.
This is not going to be pretty.
We're camping. What could possibly go wrong? No.
Cool.
That did not go as planned.
It never does. All right.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
So do you have a favorite bobcat?
Hey, Dad.
Hey, that's my jerky.
When it was time to add my son to our car insurance, I was scared to even think about my wallet. But instead, with Drive Easy on the Geico app, my son's safe driving score saved us even more.
It feels good to take control of your wallet. It feels good to Geico.
Looking for a reason to try the $5 McChicken meal deal with McValue? Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the price makes 5.
So money.
That's everything you get with the $5 McChicken meal deal with McValue.
Wake up, you spray tan troll.
What's up?
Nikki, you told me to roast you if you didn't wake up.
Okay, deal's a deal.
I guess that whole beauty sleep thing is a myth.
That's the best you can do.
You look great. For a corpse.
Okay, I'm up. Oh boy, I need something in me.
You mean besides lip filler?
Okay, that was actually pretty good.
I found that fancy restaurant you like on Open Table. But wear a bra this time.
You know I can return you, right?
Good thing you're too lazy.
You know me well.
My mother told me, don't forget to pray, 'cause there'll be hard times. Hard times.
down 2 on the road here at Penn State. 2:29 to go. Jason Horowitz, Austin Johnson back with you here inside the Bryce Jordan Center. We bring in Fox Sports bracket analyst Mike DeCourcy to talk about the Hawkeyes and their resume with March coming up tomorrow. And Mike, as we look at their resume, you currently have them as a 9 seed, which certainly lends the idea of a bubble team, but it feels like you think with so much of the season done that they have a really good shot to just be safe in the tournament.
Yeah, if you're talking about Iowa as a bubble, in regards to the bubble, it better be because they're playing in the Big Ten tournament, a bubble team like Indiana or Ohio State or UCLA. Right now, the bubble is way behind them. They're playing to get out of an 8-9 game. Their biggest problem in their resume, they have excellent predictive metrics. The resume metrics are fine, but they need more quality wins. They have Michigan coming up. They have another game against Nebraska on the road. Those are big games, and of course, whatever happens in Chicago in the Big Ten tournament.
I think elite guard play is the primary driver of a deep NCAA tournament run. How primed is this Iowa Hawkeyes team to make a run driven by Bennett Sturts?
Now we'll get some of those thoughts there from Mike. Coming up at the half, he will be in studio. The halftime report coming up in just a little bit more than 2 minutes. Rick Pizzo, Earl Watson coming up. There is Sturts right on cue, prime guard play, and he's got the experience. Austin, I mean, he was with Drake last year and Ben McCollum, and they beat Missouri as an 11 seed.
Yeah, he's already battle tested. He's been there before. I think that this team has the recipe to be able to make some noise just because of his individual ability to make impossible shots.
Fine inside, Juric laid it in.
That ball was on a rope right by the ear of the defender. Good job cutting with purpose right there by Juric.
This has been the cleanest Penn State's offense has looked in quite some time. They are shooting 63%, but it's that 10 of the floor, and the confidence is building. Cooper Koch with 4 triples here in the first half.
Cooking, and all from the same area on the court. This is Coach Ben McCollum putting Koch in areas to succeed.
He already, Austin, has a career-high 4 threes, and we're not even at halftime.
Never know when it's going to be your day as a player. Continue to approach the game in a respectful manner, and the basketball gods will pay you back at some point.
See if they can try and find him. He is deep into the corner. Austin for 3. Now, don't forget, coming up, it's the halftime show presented by State Farm. Rick Pizzo, Earl Watson, and that man we just talked to, Mike DeCourcy. Their thoughts on this first half. And a huge day around the conference. Mike talked about the bubble teams. USC's got Nebraska at home later today here on Big Ten Network. So, big day start to finish here. Down to 7. Freddie Dilion leading all scorers with 13. Down to 3. One-on-one, launches, no, Banks clears, 8 to play in the half. Sturts down the lane and scooped it in. Nobody stopped ball, and that is how the half will come to an end. A dozen for Bennett Sturts, and the Hawkeyes took Penn State's best shot, and they'll go to the locker room up by 4.
Establish a good rhythm from deep. Bennett Sturts, as good as advertised, doing what he does, controlling the pace of this game.
Hawkeyes head to the locker room with the lead, and when we return, we head you back to Chicago for the halftime show presented by State Farm. Rick, Earl, Mike, they are coming up right next after the break.
Try Dr. Pepper Blackberry.
It's Dr. Pepper and cream soda.
We ride for Dr. Pepper strawberries and cream.
What did she say?
She said Dr. Pepper Cherry is the bestest, boldest Dr. Pepper.
Now, just a doggone minute.
There's no finer flavor than Dr. Pepper and cream soda.
Thank you, Blackberry Raven.
Find your
Marathon is rewarding fans with savings of up to $1 per gallon, all by earning rewards on every gallon and on select in-store items, making every pit stop and snack break worthy of a celebration. Marathon, the official fuel of the Big Ten.
Mixed nuts have finally leveled up. Meet Blue Diamond almonds and more. Almonds, cashews, and pistachios in 3 signature flavors. Taste that's undeniable. Freshness guaranteed. Blue Diamond almonds and more. The flavorful nut mix.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Unfortunately, I did not check who was behind me at the game. Dude, she just pointed at me.
That's crazy.
Checking Allstate first was the right move.
I love you!
I love you! Not checking who was sitting behind me was humbling.
That's their mom. That's Mrs. Pence.
Yeah, check Allstate first. You could save hundreds. Go Bruins.
Go Bruins.
Brace your taste buds. The new DQ Flamethrower Chicken Strip Basket comes with cool DQ soft serve as a dip for just $6.99. Add one of our new Tajin lemonades. It's the new Spicy menu, only for a limited time.
ACE's YardRx program prescribes the best lawn care, specific to your yard's needs, delivered every season. Because when you want greener grass, less weeds, and fewer bugs, you can get a personalized prescription delivered free from the helpful folks at ACE. Subscribe now and save 20% on everything you need all year. From our store to your front door, with service so good it's guaranteed.
ACE is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
There's a way more planty way to get your protein for the day.
You got this.
There's 13 grams complete plant protein and 50% less sugar in this silk. How long have we been in here?
And you're feeling plenty good.
Iowa's Cooper Koch knocked down 4 3-pointers in the first half. He has a dozen. Hawkeyes over the Nittany Lions, 38-34 at the break. Welcome inside our Big Ten Network studios in the State Farm halftime. Rick Pizzo, Earl Watson, Mike DeCourcy alongside after a very competitive first half. 4 ties, 8 lead changes as expected. Bennett Sturtz, one of the leading scorers in this game, Earl, but he's not just scoring, he's sharing. And Iowa as a whole is doing a great job in terms of assisting the basketball and putting shooters in spots to make shots.
Yeah, first give credit to Penn State because every action has a reaction in basketball, and we understand that. And what are they doing? They're taking away the roller. They're completely tagging. Literally, they're tagging. They're coming over the touch. When you come over the touch, it leaves open windows on the weak side of the court, usually the corner. Sturtz finds it with on-time pass, on target, passing with love. Once again, corner 3, Koch is going to have a lot of available opportunities as well as other players on this Iowa team. And what does that mean? That means throughout the game, you have to find a way also to get Sturtz going because if not, he would lose his rhythm offensively as the game winds down the last 5 minutes.
Penn State has done a wonderful job defensively of making Iowa uncomfortable. They are doing things in a way that puts Iowa in circumstances they're not used to, and you're seeing it reflected in Sturtz's 4 of 10 shooting from the field, and that took a late rally to get to 4 of 10. And so Iowa needs to get itself back to where it wants to be in order to stretch this out a little bit. You don't want to be in a 1-2 possession game with Penn State late in this circumstance because all the game pressure is on Iowa.
We said pregame the Nittany Lions big 3 all had to show up. DeLeon Reed a combined 20, but Caden Mingo has just 4 points, all from the free throw line, doesn't have a recorded field goal attempt yet in the first half for the Nittany Lions. We come back, look ahead to the next 2 games coming up next here on the Big Ten Network as Oregon faces Northwestern and Nebraska takes on USC.
What if I get an offender bender?
State Farm's there with the assist.
Jersey swap?
Jersey swap.
Yeah, I like this a lot.
Oh, I'm feeling this.
I assisted with security things.
Swap.
I assisted with popcorn.
Swap.
Get that jersey.
Get your corn there.
Yeah, I assisted myself by filing a claim on the State Farm app.
Swap.
In my halftime show, I had
a great story.
We're done swapping. Too late, circus man.
State Farm with the assist.
Spring, the unofficial new year for tool people. A time to start new jobs and tackle new projects with new tools from Harbor Freight. Whether you're a pro or just like doing things yourself, we've got the quality tools and savings to start your new year off right. So come celebrate spring savings at Harbor Freight. This weekend, get a free 5-gallon bucket when you spend $29.99 in store.
Brace your taste buds. The new DQ Flamethrower Chicken Strip Basket comes with cool DQ soft serve as a dip for just $6.99. Add one of our new Tajin lemonades. It's the new Spicy menu, only for a limited time.
Sweet sandwich time. It makes it taste so good. So good.
Oreo Thins, flavors that feed your fancy.
Why is Ultima balanced daily hydration?
He's a man with a list. In a race against time.
You have it? Things are complicated. Complicated.
And he's not stopping.
They tell me you're the man to talk to about
cannoli. Until they're all crossed out. John Krasinski is...
Oh, shopping. Just shopping.
Make every day feel epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid.
Subclub members can get any footlong for just $6.99. All your favorites packed with crispy veggies and fresh sliced meats. Great bread, great meats, great sauce, great deal. Use this code in the app to get your $6.99 footlong today. Subway, eat fresh, feel good.
Up next here on the Big Ten Network, Oregon and Northwestern. Same time window for UCLA on the road at Minnesota. Third and final game of our Saturday tripleheader takes us out west as USC plays host to Nebraska. Same time for Wisconsin and Washington as the Badgers try to avoid being swept out west after losing to Oregon. Mike, let's talk about Nebraska and USC. You hate to say any game until you get to an elimination game is a must-win, but at this point, USC has to feel like it's playing Game 7 in the playoffs every night it takes the floor.
Yeah, what they have left is this game. They have another game against their arch rival Bruins, so they really need to play much better, and they have to get the chemistry right between Elijah Arenas and Chad Baker-Mazara. Not their fault. Chad was out for so long, and then Elijah just came back. But getting that right is really essential to them finishing well.
Needing a couple of quality wins. Tough schedule, but the good news is that means you not only have challenges, but you have opportunities. As for Oregon Northwestern, a little bit of a different tale. These are not teams that are headed toward the NCAA tournament, but Earl, they're tied in the Big Ten standings right now. And the loser of this game on Saturday afternoon, very unlikely to crawl out of playing the very first ever Tuesday in the Big Ten tournament.
Yeah, still a must-win for either team. We talk about two of the best scorers in America. You have Martinelli versus Biddle. Martinelli, a non-pattern scorer, unorthodox. He gets it in ways you don't see it coming. He can get to the rim, can score in a number of ways. And Biddle, pattern scorer. You see it coming, you can't stop it. Great offense. You have no clue what's going to happen, but defense is going to be important.
If you're near our studios here in Chicago and you have the chance, get down to Welsh Ryan Arena. It is Nick Martinelli bobblehead day. I interviewed Nick on Friday. We put the bobblehead up to the actual Nick Martinelli. The resemblance is uncanny. Unbelievable job done by Northwestern's creative team. Freddie DeLeon did an unbelievable job for Penn State in the first half. He's the game's leading scorer with 13, but the Nittany Lions still trail Iowa by 4 at the break.
Every truck month, trucks talk tough. Only one delivers the trucks worth talking about. Ram Truck Month. The most powerful light-duty gas lineup in America. Backed by America's best powertrain limited warranty. Built to never stop. Hurry in for great deals during Ram Truck Month. The only one worth the talk. Nothing stops Ram.
Purchase this Ram 1500 and get 0% financing for 60 months or $6,500 total cash allowance on select 2026 Ram 1500 models in dealer inventory. And get a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
That's rough. But hey, with SafeLight, you can get that fixed any way you want.
Anywhere I want.
It's your windshield. Get it fixed any way you want with SafeLight.
SafeLight Repair, SafeLight Replace.
Introducing Mike's Hot Italian Sub from Jersey Mike's. The only sub that's served as hot as its hot takes. Hot take, everyone wants to be hot, subs included. Here's another hot take. Melty cheese pulls, way too hot for TV. Third hot take, chopped pepper relish is a love language. Hot take, a regular for only $8.95 is too hot a deal to pass up. Actually, that last hot take was more of a hot fact. The all-new Mike's Hot Italian Sub for a limited time only at Jersey Mike's.
Sweet sandwich time. It makes it taste so
Chase Ink helped me grow from 1 Pilates studio to 3.
Earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials.
Bundle your home and auto with Progressive and you'll get round-the-clock protection.
A little on the nose, don't you think?
Would you hire mid-tier celebrity Zach Woods to inspire your teams?
Now push your faces against each other.
Get ready for change, guys. Get ready for change.
Or just transform how they connect on an AI-powered teamwork platform? It's your choice.
Halftime on the Big Ten Network is presented by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Bennett Sturts doing Bennett Sturts things. Not only the team lead with 4 assists, but tied for a team high with 12 points. Hawkeyes over the Nittany Lions by 4. Second half comes your way next.
Taxes was so taxing.
Now taxes is so free. Terrible tax, free edition only. Roughly 37% of filers qualify. Simple form 1040 returns only. Now this is taxes, file for free and get the most money back. Guaranteed.
Welcome to Hampton by Hilton. Big game tomorrow. You guys ready?
Oh, we're ready, Gus.
Which way's our room?
Bring it in. 301, 2 queens, best sleep guaranteed.
So comfy.
Nailed it. 1, 2, 3.
Syrup.
You're hungry for the win. Big time.
When you're playing to win, it matters where you stay. Hampton by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
Mixed nuts have finally leveled up. Meet Blue Diamond almonds and more. Almonds, cashews, and pistachios in 3 signature flavors. Taste that's undeniable. Freshness guaranteed. Blue Diamond almonds and more. The flavorful nut mix.
I love you. I don't think they'll take that here.
Of course they take Discover. It's accepted in 99% of places.
99%? I didn't know that.
You're stuck in the past, baby.
You're the one who owns 13 pairs of parachute pants?
Well, fashion is cyclical. They'll be back. Right? Hopefully.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide. Earn cash back at all of them.
There's a way more planty way to get your protein for the day.
You got this.
There's 13 grams complete plant protein and 50% less sugar in this silk. How long have we been in here?
And you're feeling plenty good. Fumble! He dropped it!
My mother told me, don't forget to pray, 'cause there'll be hard times. Hard times.
We spent the last 9 years asking for the return of the snack wrap. And we won. But should we have been asking for even more? The hot honey snack wrap is here. Now we've really won.
Getting set for the start of the second half. Iowa up by 4. Pop Rocks, local kid jump rope, and that was unreal at the half. You and I can't jump rope twice, and they were doing it for a solid 5 minutes. Jason Norwood's Austin Johnson, happy to have you back with us here. That was special. Cooper Koch was special in the first half. He hadn't hit more than 2 threes in a game in 2.5 months. Austin, he had a career high 4 in the first half.
That's why you got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. In Koch's situation, he played well off the ball. I think he spaced himself, and his teammates did a phenomenal job of finding him. Do what you do well, and that's locating yourself in those deep corners and knocking down wide open opportunities. That's the stuff that you'll need if you're Iowa trying to go deep into postseason play.
One of our game leaders brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance. He and Bennett Sturts tied with 12 to lead the Hawkeyes. Freddie DeLeon had been struggling a little bit of late, but 13 points to lead all scorers And he did it from beyond the arc. He hasn't been taking threes the last 5-6 games because he had been struggling, but he hit his first three, and that was a big confidence boost too.
Mix it up. He used the ability to get something going from deep, to then attack closeouts to try to get things going in the mid-range as well.
Juric down low, couldn't finish, but he does draw the foul for Manyao. That is his first. So Ivan Juric, the freshman from Croatia, will go to the free throw line. The Nittany Lions leading rebounder. He struggled around the rim today a little bit.
Yeah, he has, but he's been battling. And Coach Mike Rhodes said that's one of his best qualities is he's a competitor. And he's going to bring it every single day, every single practice, every single time out on the court. So next play mentality for him. It all come together and pay off. He's still only in his first year here, obviously.
Missed them both. A ton of free throws in the first half. Nittany Lions took 6. Hawkeyes only went to the line twice. Weren't a ton of fouls called, so the only player who had 2 was Cale Combs. And Koch continues, and now has a career high. 15 already in the game.
He's established real estate in those corners. That is his sweet spot. Nice job by Manyao, fighting to get open early on in the possession and then playing the facilitator role.
He is 5 of 6 from beyond the arc. Out of traffic, Dillion forced it up a little bit. And we didn't see a lot of Cale Combs. He went to the bench when he picked up that second foul. Remember, he was the one who had 6 early points in the game.
Yeah, he got these guys going. But guess who has that Dillion matchup? It's Cale Combs, who they deploy when they need to stop the opposing team's best player.
Manyao drives right at the lane and couldn't put it over the rim.
Got caught in between the left-hand, right-handed layup.
Mingo quickly to the other end.
Needed more from him, and he is coming out in attack mode. He completes that big 3 for Penn State, averaging in double figures.
It's nice, firing down low to Manyao.
You see his eyes always up on the rim. Sturts, that is, thinking as a shot blocker that he's going up for the layup. He drops it off at the last second.
Trapped in the corner. 2 minutes gone by here in the second half. Juric down low working on Manyao. Draws the foul again. This time the opportunity for 3.
Ivan Juric is an absolute load to fight with. I do not want to be Manyao in this situation, but watch Sturts' look-off ability right there. Is able to draw 2 because he's always a scoring threat. Gotta always drive to score it, so then you can become a facilitator.
Back to a 4-point game. 4 ties in the first half, 8 lead changes. Banks got Juric to leave his feet, and then it was all the rim for him.
Nice little hesitation right there. Poise in the paint, playing off 2, especially against bigger defenders.
He trying to back down Koch. Got every piece of the rim and the bucket.
That is a tough vet move. Gets to that Barkley right at the right elbow. Like the swing through to create separation without picking up the offensive foul.
He has been averaging more than 15 points a game over the course of the last month and a half. The foul, it's called on Josh Reed. That is his first.
And Reed operating in close quarters. He is prolific from 15 and within, and he lets Koch know you can knock down as many threes as you want, but you are too small, my boy.
And that hand gesture, was that your thing 14 years ago?
It wasn't a thing 14 years ago.
Yeah, but you just literally looked him in the eyes, stared him down.
Yeah, at that point. It's gained a lot of steam over the last 5 to 6 years.
Mingo commits the foul. That is his second. More subtle, yeah. Especially the way that Josh Reed did. He almost hit it.
Keep it Bennett Sturts style, like a silent assassin. Yeah. Just run back like you've been there before, you know?
And Mingo 6 points here this afternoon. Picked up his second foul.
High-low action right there. That was a good flip of the hips.
Dirt said that was deflected. Ben McCollum has not signaled for the challenge just yet.
Put the pressure on the film review. See if they have an argument here. Not a debate.
Yeah, no indication yet that Ben McCollum is going to challenge that call. What do you think here? Take a quick look.
Looks like I don't think Juric creates any contact.
I don't think so.
Pass needs to be clean right there. You might have a three-point look.
And Stewart completely showcased where he was going with the basketball, and Iowa forced the turnover. Koch again from three. And it's staying on this end of the floor. It is a foul on the Nittany line.
Good closeout right there by Caden Mingo, taking up the airspace of Koch. When you got shooters that get into the flow, you got to make them drivers by getting out when they're going up for their attempts and making them second guess.
Stewart, who was called for the foul.
Two guys battling for the basketball on the weak side.
Alvaro Fulgaris into the ball game after scoring 20 against the Buckeyes. He was scoreless in the first half. That is knocked out of bounds. Still 7 to shoot here for Iowa.
Penn State's being very aggressive in these ball screen situations, pushing the screener earlier into the action, trying to speed up whoever's coming off of him.
Fulgaris, Ben McCollum talked about it this week, the trajectory always going up, but they certainly could use a little bit more consistency. And they've been looking for that consistent second and third person pretty much all season. Reed right to the rim.
The right decision right there. Using all 6'8", 230 against the smaller Kel Combs at 6'4", 205. If they're not going to step up and stop it, you take it all the way to the rim.
Trying to find Fulgaris down low. The pass too high. Nittany Lions basketball on the other side. Hawkeyes have struggled in this building, and they are in a fight here against the Nittany Lions.
Old Trapper Beefs. Pack smash.
My peanut butter and jelly. Ew.
Oh no. Yeah, I guess my ham and cheese didn't make it.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Now that's a great view.
Yep.
ACE's YardRx program prescribes the best lawn care specific to your yard's needs, delivered every season. Because when you want greener grass, less weeds, and fewer bugs, you can get a personalized prescription delivered free from the helpful folks at ACE. Subscribe now and save 20% on everything you need all year. From our store to your front door, with service so good it's guaranteed.
ACE is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Marathon is rewarding fans with savings of up to $1 per gallon. All by earning rewards on every gallon and on select in-store items. Making every pit stop and snack break worthy of a celebration.
Score.
The more you fuel up, the more you score with Marathon Rewards. Marathon, the official fuel of the Big Ten.
To me, a trailblazer has the courage to go forth and create what hasn't been created before. Art has literally been surrounding me since childhood. Some would say it's embedded in my DNA. Growing up in a city like Baltimore, the streets can be a barrier. By the time I got to Penn State, I knew the artwork that I wanted to make. I wanted to challenge certain social ideas. I wanted to make sure that I had an understanding of how communities like mine had been represented. I wanted to address those things through my work. You can't just say I'm a painter. I'm an illustrator, I'm a sculptor, I'm an author, I'm a writer, I'm a poet. I create the work that moves me and that I think will embolden the kids that I teach to create from their soul in a way that I've been able to do so with mine. I'm Aaron Maben. artist, activist, and Penn State graduate.
Now, coming up, the triple header here on this Saturday continues as Oregon takes on Northwestern, followed by 12th ranked Nebraska and USC. It's all still to come on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. It is Mike DeCourcy told us earlier, he at the moment has 9 Big Ten teams in with his latest bracket he revealed yesterday. Indiana, the last 4 in. USC, one of the first 4 out. They've taken some recent home losses. If they can get one today against Nebraska, that would be massive.
Yeah, they'll need Chad Baker Mazzara to go off. He has that tournament experience, obviously, at Auburn, averaging 18.5 a game, leading the charge.
And for Iowa, how important is this game here today? They come into the day 8th in the Big Ten standings. That would earn the double bye. Trying to win on the road in a place where Hawkeyes have only won once here in the last 6 trips to Happy Valley. Obviously that with Fran McCaffrey. This a different coaching staff, different style of play, different Penn State team. They have not had a lead and has approached double figures here on the road and has been more like this pretty much the whole game. Juric, use the rim and we're tied.
Position battle right there, quick spin to get to the opposite side, and that's where the lack of rim protection is hurting the Hawkeyes.
Now, Penn State starters have scored all 45 of their points. They have played very well on the offensive end today. Banks drove into a double team. Stewart got a piece of it.
Phenomenal job being a secondary help defender by Stewart. Got that at the last second.
Mingo drives right at Sturts. Good defense.
Remain vertical right there. If you're Mingo, come down to 2, kick it out, get back into something better.
Back out to Combs, takes the 3. Sturts crashed the glass, lost the ball. Nittany Lions with a chance to take the lead, and Reed draws the foul on Fulgaris.
Take one right there by Fulgaris. With a Reed that's dribbling at you with a head full of steam. You want to get the Nittany Lions playing against your half-court defense. Try to make them work for something more difficult.
Penn State today shooting 61%. Remember, Iowa, again, part of this, the way that they play, but they give up the fewest points per game in the conference. Reed trying to use his strength on Sturts. Back out to Mingo, needs it to go. Nittany Lions lead.
They're shooting it at a 22% clip on the year, but it's something about stepping into a 3 confidently, especially when it's straight on. Increases those percentage.
It's a 9-0 Penn State run. Garrett's nice find and a foul. And for Caden Mingo, that is his 3rd with 13:34 to go in the ball game. But you were right, he stepped into that triple.
Everybody knows right shoulder with Josh Reed as he's looking to get to his spot. So he had 3 guys that he's able to occupy with his gravity, leaving Caden Mingo wide open behind the defense, and a young freshman steps up into the moment.
Banks, who averages more than 10 a game with that free throw, just 3 points today. You've gotten what you expect with Bennett Sturts, right? He has scored 20 or more in 10 of the last 11 games. It has been Cooper Koch that for Iowa has really given them their second guy today.
And fairness to Tavion Banks, he's been occupied on the defensive end trying to slow down Ivan Juric. That takes away your legs when you got to go down and try to be effective on the offensive end.
Offensive foul. Juric was trying to get position. Instead, he's called for a second.
Man, Juric came in like a heat-seeking missile, trying to establish his position. But can't do that. Also, good gamesmanship right there by Fulgaris, selling it right in front of this officiating crew.
So 5 fouls here on Penn State. And Iowa, who is a 77% shooting team at the line, They're working their way fouls here in the second half against the Nittany Lions.
Yeah. Crucial stat to monitor.
And that is authority for his first points this afternoon.
He's been looking for ways to sneak into those crevices. Sky hook, and he turned that hand over, hung on that rim.
Used all of his 6'10" length. Junior the skip pass to Dillion, but Banks right in his hip. Reed, he hit a high arcer in the first half, and he hit it again!
That is nasty. 12 straight double-figure games for Reed, and he's keeping a good thing going here at home.
He has 14, has hit a couple from beyond the arc, and the Nittany Lions swing back in front, and we're tied again. Banks has the answer. 6 ties, 11 lead changes. What a way to start your Big Ten Saturday.
That is a dime, phenomenal 45 cut across the face of the defense, keeping it simple right there for Banks.
Boonja wanted it in the corner. Reed dribbling on Koch. Found Gianni, and he gathered and put it in.
Gianni, another one of those experienced transfers, sees the defense conversion and gets to the opposite side for the guaranteed basket.
If you get points from Sasha Gianni, that's a bonus.
Yeah, you're playing with house money right there. Penn State's playing well offensively.
Voulgaris is fouled. The junior from Spain will be at the line on the other side, but close game and highlights galore.
And he gets it going. They call him El Pupo Fool, the octopus. Uses those long tentacles to stretch and reach the rim. And how about Reed mixing it up, step back action to create the space, knock it down.
Auto Owners insures your car because some people never learn to park.
Auto Owners thinks the more you protect, the more you should save.
Auto Owners pays what they owe without any hassle. That's